than a fantasy. Let's see who going toe to toe. Throw down on the mat. Check the replay, run it back. We gotta check the stats. Hey, do this every day. We ain't come to play. This is sports talk, and we love talking MMA. Everything fantasy sports. Dopest show that I know. With Electric Dave and talented Mr. Taco. Let's go. Hey, G.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Detroit Pistons got the #1 pick. They were the team that faded for Cade. They got the #1 prospect that's come out in a long time. I was very high on Cade Cunningham. He's going to be a stud. This is going to be a great draft class. And the Detroit Pistons got the #1 pick. I think it was a little bit of an exciting draft lottery here, Ricky. What are your thoughts so far on what you saw?
Yeah. I mean, the beginning was the norm, right? Mm-hmm. The first 14 to 11 were pretty much everything, and then
everything was pretty much cool.
Yeah, everything pretty much till the and Orlando got 2 picks. I think Golden State came on top.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Houston got the second best pick.
Yeah.
Not the first.
And Houston was so lucky. Think about this. Houston, if they didn't make the top 4, OKC got that pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? OKC regime is just sitting there like, yes, we got this. We got this. We got this. And not only did they make the top 4, they get a top 2 in a lottery that is pretty stacked. Not only do you have playmakers, you have centers. So there's a lot of options of players that are going to be available here. So, I mean, it was an interesting lottery. I mean, somehow Cleveland maintains the top 4 position as well.
Yeah.
Because they ended with the #4 pick in this lottery as well.
That was another surprising, I guess, jump or unexpected, right? Cleveland get the 4th pick.
Right.
So I mean, they're rebuilding there. They got a couple of good players over there. So
absolutely,
that's a good look for them. Yeah, it was exciting. You know, it was different, and you can see how happy Detroit was. Like you said, everyone's saying that he's a sure miss. I mean, he's a sure hit. So again,
you know what he is? He is. I love to say it. He's Ben Simmons with a jump shot. Could you imagine how good a player like this could be if you had Ben Simmons and Ben Simmons had a jump shot? You might be able to go to the Eastern Conference Finals if you had Ben Simmons with a jump shot.
It's open season on Ben Simmons when TDS is there. We're taking our own shots.
my God, I'm gonna say Ben Simmons is one of the most disappointing #1 prospects to come out in a while. But with that being said, I think it can't understate how deep this lottery is. You see guys like Jalen Suggs. You're seeing the center out of USC that's available.
The what's his name? Was it Green from the G League?
Which one? Jalen Green.
Yes. No, that's from Baylor. No,
Jalen Suggs. There's a Green and a Suggs that names are very, very close.
Right. Yeah.
No, there's a really few guys that are really available in this draft, especially near the top of it, that have that elite combination of being able to get their own shot and make for others, which is making this draft so unique, especially when you put it in comparison to some of these other drafts, like last year's draft where LaMelo went 3, but in this draft class, Cade Cunningham probably would go #1, compared to last year. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So it was exciting. It's can't wait to see what they do, and then the rest of it. What other teams like big Knicks fans, what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And if there's any trades, people that hey, like I said, Orlando has 2, Golden State has 2. I mean, I don't really see anyone like. First of all, Detroit's not giving away their pick. They're gonna go with Cade Cunningham. I don't see Houston making a trade, so I don't see any big splashes within the first 3 or 4 picks, maybe.
But I mean, when you think about that, maybe they do make a trade for Cade Cunningham because it might be too enticing. Because if there's one of these teams, so if we pull it up here,
but if you're talking about how excited you are about him and how everyone's saying,
so let's put it like this: if you're the Magic and you have picks 5 and 8, and you're able to send that to Detroit, and then you're able to add additional picks, would you possibly make that deal? Because if you're the Magic,
I think he's a transcending player. Not if they think he's the friend. It's not worth it. No matter what they get, it won't be the same. Detroit's not. Look, to me, the first 4 are locked. They're not trading their pick.
I can't see Houston making a deal.
I don't say Orlando. Maybe if they want to move up a spot or 2, but they're not getting the first 2 picks.
I'm not gonna lie. When I look at Toronto and I see them at the 4th pick, I really get jealous because as a Knicks fan,
Right.
we were so close. Like Toronto was like near the play-in game. They were like the 11th seed. They were
Right.
like as close up as it could be, and they got all the way to the number 4 spot. And to me, that was just like, oh, that was the dream I had for the Knicks. I was like, we get close enough that we just don't make it because we're gonna lose in the first round bad because we don't have a playmaker. And boom, we fall into one of these primetime positions where you get one of those stud players and help build around your team. And now Toronto got that. Toronto's gonna be a team again, especially where you aside Mujeri. Like this guy is gonna fucking like this team's gonna be lit. And Golden State, they have picked 7 and 14.
Yeah, that to me, that's the first one I said to you was I like that because Golden State with Clay, I mean, they're somewhat back. And then hopefully the center one, I forgot his name. He has another year under his belt.
Right. I could see Golden State and Cleveland doing a deal, or Golden State and Toronto doing a deal. You know what I mean? Like where you can package some of these things and move up because Golden State.
Like I said, the first two are they're no goes. Yeah, maybe you can see Cleveland and Toronto do something. I don't know what else they would give, but
yeah,
because it would probably take something else to take away those picks.
For the Knicks, I have to say we're happy that the Pelicans got the 10th pick. It makes us feel good because when we're talking Zion, we can be like, hey, you have the 10th pick. Now you can get the 19th and the 21st pick, and you send the Zion and Lonzo Ball. We'll send you over, what is it? Emmanuel quickly. I'll give you a little bit of Obi Toppin. I'll give you our 2 picks. I'll give you our pick in 2023 that's coming from Dallas. I'll give you another one of our first round picks, and I'll give you a couple second round picks. If that's not enough to get Zion Williams, especially knowing that he's going to leave, that's going to be the best offer you'll ever get for him. So now why don't you make this move here, Pelicans? We'll make this move for Zion Williams and Lonzo Ball together.
I just don't know if they're ready to say, hey, is like not give it a shot to keep him.
You're right, but I think we make him that irrefusable offer, knowing that he's probably going to leave.
And all that you said makes a smart trade, right? That's not a bad That's a great offer.
Yeah,
I don't know if that gets that done.
Because think about it like this too: their salary cap is pretty high. You have guys like Brandon Ingram and Hart and some of these other players that are still available. You have good picks available. Now you get even more picks to continue to build around. So you have a consistent flow here. You're going to get maximum potential out of Zion because who has more really picks and capital available than us Knicks?
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. What's killing me is I don't know if it sounds like a great pick because I'm a Knicks fan, and then that sounds like. But I still don't think. I don't think that's enough. I don't. But unless they're for certain, like I guess how the Knicks were with Porzingis, right? That they say, hey, you know what? We're going to lose him. This is a great offer. Let's take it. I just don't know if that's enough for Zion. Especially how young he is, what the talent is. It's just certain things he has to work on. But overall, I mean. The talent's there. The risk is worth it. You know what? I could totally see the Knicks giving, the house, except for,
Well, I could also see a similar package like that going over to Portland in a deal that nets us a guy like Dame Lillard if we sign a free agent that would complement him. But
that he has to make more of a stink. I don't know if he's making a stink enough where I think they're going to hire the coach that he likes. Yeah. And that's it. And they'll make him happy. And then he'll stay another year, and Lillard doesn't seem like the type that wants to that does that pushes to go somewhere else. But again, he hasn't, like I said, he hasn't made a stink. He said a couple of things right after, pretty much died down, and he did say a thing about his coach, which I think was just a hint to the organization. Hey, this is what I want. I get to pick the coach.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think if what you look at what Orlando did, first of all, I have to say this. The Chicago Bulls are one of the worst organizations right now because they completely lost a first-round pick and they didn't make the playoffs. So what the hell did you do to Trace Vujovic? Like, was it worth it?
No, but think of what I mean, look at it. What did he perform under them?
Bro, even if he performed under, they didn't make the playoffs, and you jeopardized your pick in this draft. And that pick ended up being a top 10 pick. You gave up a top 10 pick in the draft to not make the playoffs? That's never worth it. There's no way you could justify giving up a top 10 pick in this draft for just like, even if Vujovic is good, you can sign someone in free agency. You can make something happen. Your team as the Bulls are not going to the playoffs.
I'll tell you, he performed great for them. Like, you can't,
and they still missed the playoffs.
I get it, but that's
well,
they
what
still
did you
do
do?
something.
What did you do? You made
I don't know their cap.
Make the playoffs.
I'm just saying, Vucevic is a big talent. He's
a big talent, and they couldn't win. It's a stupid move. You would have had a
they tried. Listen, they got the guy. If they could build around those two, that's
honestly.
there.
If you ask me, the Bulls GM needs to be fired ASAP.
No.
ASAP.
You have to see what he does.
You make the second.
You have to see what he does in the free agency. You don't know what he's going to do in the free agency. You can't tell. It's not even over. You're going off.
He's too stupid. If
they were in the fire, they would have fired him before they knew this could happen. So they already knew.
No, you wait till after the results and then you fire him.
I think they're happy with Vucevic. I really do.
I think you know what I think. I think they thought they can make a shot for the playoffs, because if they made a shot for the playoffs, then at least you know what, you're giving up a playoff pick. It's not that bad of a pick.
No, I get it. Yeah,
but instead they stunk. You know what's going to happen? They're going to lose Zach LaVine. This actually probably sets the Knicks up for a shot at Zach LaVine. Actually.
Yeah, that would work out.
You know what?
But again, I think they were happy with the pick. I think they were happy with Vucevic. I think they were.
But they may be happy
with him.
Even if they're happy with Vujovic, if they're happy with Vujovic, if you're Zach LaVine, you have to be fucking irate. Your team is stuck, and you couldn't even make the playoffs last year.
We don't know what they're going to do in the free agency. I don't know.
But they don't have money like that. They just got Vujovic. And then you paid LaVine, and you have Lauri Markkanen, who they might lose in free agency, and you already gave up Wendell Carter. So what you look at what the Bulls did, the Bulls have put themselves in such a bad position that I believe that the Knicks actually might have a shot to trade for Zach LaVine as being one of those guards, because guess what? They have no picks. What happened?
Didn't they just sign him?
I think he has like 2 years left on his contract before he walks.
That's a long time.
That's not that long of a time, because if he's in his walk season, your value goes down by like 2 first-round picks, by 1 first-round pick. Because we give you like 4 picks in order to get him now. You'd probably go down to 2 picks if there's only 1 year left. So if you're a team that wants to maximize your return and actually do a rebuild, you can't sit there and wait for your guy to be like, where it might not sign, and now it's more
after what LaVine performed, they're not trading him.
But you didn't make the playoffs. You had Vujovic, you had LaVine, you had enough time, and you know what you did? You flopped. You failed. It wasn't good. You didn't make it. So you know what? What are you doing? The Bulls to me are just. I'm just.
I don't. You take it more of a big deal than I don't. I think you're right, but at the same time, I think they're happy with Vucevic. If they are, I can't. What am I going to tell you? That if they're happy with him and he performed. It's not like he didn't perform. He performed. I think they said. I looked at the stats. 21, 11, 4 assists. I mean, he was there.
They got the second.
He's a bona fide star, and again, the draft is
a star in a team that's not going anywhere.
The draft is a crapshoot. Yeah, you're saying he's deep, but he could still not turn out that. Hey, you know what? It ends up what you think, and they don't get anybody, and then they draft a pick, and it doesn't work out. Then what? You give up a guy that was hitting you 21, 11, and 4.
Listen, I don't care.
I mean, if you're telling me that's what they're going to get at the draft, Steve, you guarantee me that then they messed up, because those are pretty good numbers.
Listen,
that's not easy. That's not easy to get at the draft.
Listen,
in any of the picks of any of them, any of the top 5, 10, or 20.
If this draft is like they predict, and it is like the 03 draft where we saw guys like LeBron and Wade and Melo and Bosh.
But you're saying yes, Bulls were probably not going to get a top 5 pick. So anything, anything like you said in the 8, 9, 10, that's a crapshoot. That's a big crapshoot. Even like I said, even the beginning is a crapshoot. Yeah, 8, 9, 10 is a big crapshoot.
Can I tell you something? Guys like Donovan Mitchell and Malcolm Porter Jr. and all these guys have gone after 10. So you know what? When you tell me it's a crapshoot, it's also a possibility if these guys actually scout properly, they can make these plays. Like I'm looking at teams like Orlando and Golden State where they're in prime finesse position for some of these guys that are going to fall.
But you just say the good part. You're saying Donovan Mitchell. For every Donovan Mitchell, how many we don't know names turn out to be nothing?
You talking about
And
Frank
plus,
Ntilikina?
No.
Yes, you are, because that's
I'm not. I wasn't even thinking about him, Steve. He was not even a buzz. He was irrelevant. He's so irrelevant.
That's the exact player that you're talking about.
I'm just giving you a generalization of for every Donovan Mitchell, there is
a Frank
guys
Ntilikina.
that you don't know their names. So you're just saying the good part, but the higher percentage is they don't.
For every Donovan Mitchell, there's a Frank Ntilikina. As a Knicks fan, we can clearly say this because he's the guy that came over. We would have had Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? And we took Frank Ntilikina. So, like you said, it's a crapshoot. Instead of taking Donovan Mitchell, you can take Frank Ntilikina. You know,
no, it's not crazy. I didn't even make that. You know, it's funny. I didn't even make the correlation when you said Donovan Mitchell. I swear. Now I get why I would because we always for people that are viewing, we always talk about it in the chat. Yeah. You know, about me, him, and Frenchie. He's very sensitive about his Frenchie. Yeah. So I get it. But honestly, that's what I'm saying. So again, I do get what you're saying about the Bulls. I don't take it to the extent where anyone should be fired or he should be fired, the person. But I do believe the bottom line is they're happy with Vucevic. Now, what they do afterwards, like you said, I don't know the cap. So if you're telling me what you're saying is true, then they have an issue because obviously they need more help. And if they lose marketing, then that's going to be big.
A team that's interesting to me also is the Kings because they kind of have a decent lineup and, you know, maybe they can finesse the deal. Same thing with the Warriors, maybe, and this team here, OKC, they have the 6th pick. I think if teams want to move up in this draft, I feel like there's possibilities. Definitely with the Magic at 5, OKC at 6.
I just think it's going to take 2 number 1 picks.
I think that a lot of teams are willing to pay that. Like if I'm the Knicks,
I know that. That's what I'm saying. But like that's why I say OK City. I don't know if they can really move up.
OKC has more picks than anyone in the world. OKC has picks on picks.
That's true.
OKC has they have a treasure trove. But I don't see. I could see OKC making a move, maybe up, but more than likely they're just going to stay where they are. They're going to add to what they have. I think that they might be looking at that big man because you just got rid of Moses Brown, you just got rid of Al Horford. Who's your big man over there? They are set up where that big man in the draft. Because I mean, let's face it, guards rule the world. But you already have SGA, you have Kemba. You know, you could add something in. I think it's going to be really interesting. And JC, I definitely have to agree with you, man. The Rockets definitely tanked. We saw what happened. You know, they had Harden. Yeah. You looked at it and it was like, hey, you couldn't make it happen. Now, maybe Houston is someone that might want to deal number 2 if we give them the house and we say, hey, we want that number 2 pick and we're willing to.
After everything they just went, I don't know. After everything they just went through,
hey, we'll take that horrible John Wall contract. We'll take John Wall. We'll take that number 2 pick and we'll make it happen. For that number 2 pick, I'll eat John Wall all day.
Number 2 pick
not like that, guys. Not like that.
I think for number 2 pick, it depends. For number 2 pick, I would take John Wall's contract.
Right, like, give me that contract, baby.
But I don't even think they do that. I think they know they can't trade John Wall's contract. They're giving away for nothing. They might just say, you know what, we're getting number 2 pick. We'll take whatever he gives us at the end. Well, what are we gonna do? I think they do that because they'll have him and they'll have the number 2 pick and they'll basically just say that.
Yep. And JC's right. I think besides that, just the way the new treatments are going on in the NBA and the different things that players can do to keep their bodies up and just the different things they can do to train to maximize their performance between film and the way they can just improve themselves. I think players just overall are going to get better and they're going to last longer. And I think the first real case of that is LeBron James. I mean, what he's doing at this age, and let's face it, LeBron James is putting together, just like Tom Brady, the book on how to maintain your body as an older athlete and still maintain your physical.
Well, I was going to say he comes from the school of the Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
Guys where it's just basically
they invest in their body.
It's all year long. It's never off season.
And they do holistic things to actually care for their body. They're always working out, and that's a big help for them. And I think that's a big reason why these guys are just able to maintain that level of performance. And I think that's why they are these transcendent stars that can.
But I think a lot of the NBA stars are doing that now. Like you see with Lillard, they go the different routes. It's not the gym. They go boxing wise and things like that.
But that's what JC's saying with the THC and everything that's available. It's just going to make for, I feel like, a better product as we continue, where a lot of these guys like Devin Booker could go till he's like 35 the way he plays. Like, you know what I mean? You're talking about 10 more years of Devin Booker playing like this. Like, you know what I mean? And more players coming in that play like that, and it just keeps on growing and growing. And now soon you're gonna have a product that's gonna be unbelievable, where no matter where you look, there's these unbelievable stars now that are getting their chance to perform. And I think that's the beauty of the technology advancing, and just the ability now that you can get into a gym and actually, you know, film yourself and look at what you're doing and understand where you can improve. Because before, were you able to see your release the way it was and realize, hey, the way you bent your wrist at the end wasn't good for the follow through. So I just think overall, you know, it's good.
Well, I mean, that's overall in sports and everything you see that.
Yeah,
you know, if all the older
every
players
generation
get to
gets
say,
better.
If older players get to say what's going on now, they'll say to you, the biggest thing is the amount of information they're able to get.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's in every sport. You see it in baseball where the pitchers between innings, they're looking at video of what they just released, how they released it, where they stepped. And it's the same thing in basketball. Hey, how was I shooting? How was the ball coming, feeling out of my hands, so on and so forth. So again, I totally do agree with you on that.
Well, that was an interesting lottery. I think you got a lot of our concepts of what's going on. We are taking it from a little bit of a Knicks point of view, but overall, I think we are covering the totality of what the draft is. There's going to be so much speculation. There's going to be so many good prospects, at least in my eyes, that I'm going to try to find some people that do speak with the prospects. And we're going to pull up some of these profiles on these guys and sit here and talk some hoops, because, you know, here's the one thing about the NBA. We're seeing more and more rookies make an impact, not only in real life, but in fantasy basketball. So I think these are going to be good profiles for everyone that's involved, because guess what? These are the guys that you draft in the 10th, 11th, and 12th round that ends up being like, you're sitting there looking at Jalen Suggs like, damn, if this boy hit, he might be a 5th round pick because he can shoot. And those are going to be things that are really going to be nice edges for you in your leagues. But with that being said, make sure you guys give us a like and a subscribe to the channel. We like to cover all this NBA content. We're going to make sure that we're going to give you NBA reactions and just like news and facts throughout the off season as we get ready for the next season coming up. We're giving away NBA Top Shot. We're only 6 subscribers away. We're gonna give that out live. I'm not sure exactly which Top Shot it is. I may give you an opportunity to pick it, but I have a couple available. So there's that. We appreciate everyone's time, and actually stay tuned, because right after this we have a great video coming up that's going to be our Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks breakdown. We're going to be speaking to the facts of what happened in that series, what our reactions are, what the prediction is for Kevin Durant, and how everything is going forward. So we appreciate everyone sticking by, and you know, we'll be live in about 10 minutes with that video. So I hope you guys tune in, and until next time, we're out. I'm the talented Mr. Taco. That is TDS.
See you guys in 10 minutes.
Right? We are the Daily Sporting, and we'll catch y'all in 10 minutes. Peace.